We had to do that again. I was all over the place. Try this again. Yeah, whenever I look back, I had like 2 different starts. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and I better plug myself in. Oh, and by the way, good morning. I'm Jonna with Jonna's Journey. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. Not planning on being on probably too awful long today, but for a little while. Um, I had said that I'd be on tonight, but I doubt that I'm on tonight. So that's why I'm on today during the day. So try to get some stuff done, and yeah. So I got my chicken done, so I'll be showing that here before too long. And I was trying to find my scrubby pattern that I was just using that disappeared on me. And the scrubby yarn that I'm using is by Yarn Bee. And this one, for some reason, with this, what is it called? Yeah, this is called Lime. It is much squishier for some reason. It feels like it's not as like stiff and compact and stuff as my pink, as my hot pink. So I don't know what the deal is with that. And it seems like it's a lot more stretchy than this one even, because this is just wanting to like stretch boing, 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 you know. So I don't know if I'm going to have to double it up, because normally with my little scrubbies and my round scrubbies, they, the stitches are bigger. It seems like it, so I don't know if they've done something different. So if anybody out there uses the Yarn Bee with the Scrubology, scrubby stuff, let me know. If you're out there right now and know, or leave it in the comments later. Um, Something's different. So I feel like I'm going to have to put an extra round on this, because it's not as big, not as thick, not as... And I want my scrubbies to be, you know, this one is just kind of like right here at your hand. I kind of want them to be a little bit bigger, you know, to cover like when you're cleaning. So I'm going to put an extra double crochet around this and see how I like it. See if it changes it. Because it's not saying to do it double, and I don't remember them putting to, you know, to have it double. So we'll see. And hopefully I'm coming through okay for everyone. I'm not watching on my TV today to keep track, so I'm playing some very relaxing music in the background. So Luna's been freaking out for 2 days now, and I just wish she could get out of it. She gets calmed down, and then she's freaking out again. And all the things, so I don't know. It's been weird around here. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's my advice. And be true to who you are. Don't let anybody sniff you out. Because I actually found a really, I follow, she's, I wrote her name down because I never remember it, Blessings Craft Therapy. And she had a really good thing that she did today on her reels, and I wrote it down just in case there was somebody that needed to hear it today. And it was really good. It was about not dimming your shine, you know. And it was pretty good. So I just have a lot of life stuff happening right now, family life, and yeah. And that's one reason why I'm on this morning, because I was like, no, I'm coming on in the morning because it just gets me in a better place. It lets me be with my people, helps me to stay focused. And where did I put my other needle? Okay, it was right here, I thought. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like the Scrubby okay with adding an extra round. I think it'll be fine. It's just not as thick. I don't like it not being as thick, but we'll be alright. Excuse me. Um, Doubtful, and who would want to? I'll put it this way: I'll never see it. I'll never live to see it. So, no, everyone wouldn't. Not everyone. Okay. Oh, there it is, right there, right under my nose. So yeah, about that size is good size. So it's, like I said, not as thick as what I would like it, but the size of it at least. What I could actually do is sew two of them together to make them thicker, and that's what I might do. Well, Duke, I am lucky that I even get anything where I'm at. So yes, I'm gonna go pixely sometimes, if that's what you're talking about. And it comes and goes, and I just It is what it is. So, I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm on my phone anyway. Probably all pixely, but it goes in and it. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, I just do the best I can and just ask that people bear with it as it goes in and out. So, if it looks like Tetris, okay. I just tried to reset it, so maybe it'll come through better. I don't know. We'll see. Some days are better than others, and especially with weather and everything, it affects me big time. Good morning, Roman. How are you? And my thing keeps wanting to go out. And sorry if I'm all pixely. Yeah, and it's giving me fits today. I may have to factory reset it. I don't know. I was doing my other reset, but usually it does clear up. Yeah, I think it's back cleared up again, so hopefully anyway. So how's your day so far going, Roman? Good, Roman. I'm glad. After my dad gets back home from brunch with a guy from church, me and my mom are going to go out to get feed and groceries and then go to Joann's. Oh, you're going today. Exciting. That's nice that you're getting to go early. I hope you find bunches. You'll have to send me a picture or some, email me a picture or some, a little video of what you get, what your haul looks like. As I said, it will clear because a lot of us live out in the boonies, so we have really bad internet. Yep, you're right. But some people, it's just their nature, Roman. Just their nature. And it's okay. Our corner to corner blankets where you just go from left to right. No, you start with like a square at the bottom and then you build out like this. They're like little squares. So it's not just a straight line back and forth. It's really easy and it's really fast for making blankets and stuff. It's like one of my favorite, and it's one of my best sellers of my blankets for baby blankets. Yeah, you can do like single crochet, double crochet, granny stitches, shell stitches. You do anything to make a blanket going left to, or right to left, left to right, whatever. Yeah, you can make any kind of blanket any way you want to. You can do it with, you can do the corner to corner, you can go the back and forth, you can do however you want. Because even that chevron, that I was doing, it's per row, it's not a corner to corner. So yeah, you could easily do that, Roman. You could easily do it. And like your granny square that you showed yesterday, you can make a bunch of those and put them together and make a blanket out of those if you're thinking of making a blanket. Okay, because one time I'm always trying to just go in a straight line back and forth, but every single time I do that, my edges are always crooked and bad. Well, a lot of times it's because we're wanting to add a stitch or forgetting to add that last stitch because we're afraid that we're going to add too many. So whenever you're first starting out, you just kind of need to count your stitches as you go. To be mindful of how many stitches you're doing. Sorry, can you re-say that? Because for some reason it cut off after like three words. It's either because you're crocheting too many stitches, like you're going one extra at the end, or you're thinking, oh no, I need to skip back one stitch and not do as many. It's one or the other if it's all wonky. So you just need to be mindful of how many you're crocheting. Like in your chain, if it says to crochet 30, then it depends on what stitch you're making, though, like a single, a half double, a double. Because then a lot of times they'll say to add like two more at the end, or let's say you chain 32 or 33 or whatever it is, to allow for that first stitch to make your 30 stitches. Then you go across counting 30 stitches, because that first row is always your base row. You're always going to pretty well know where you're at on that. So you want 30 stitches, let's say, be it single, half double, double, trebles, whatever it is. If you're just doing a basic, that's it, 30 stitches. Then you chain the 1, 2, or 3 depending on what stitch you're using, and you turn and you make that first stitch. Because sometimes that's where people get messed up too, because if they don't chain enough and don't count that, because sometimes the first chain, like if you chain your 3, you can count that as your double crochet. But sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I'll just chain 1 and then use that first stitch as my first one and then go about it. But you need to decide what you want to do on that to make it to where you don't go cattywampus. I should go get one of my, or I can even show you what I'm talking about. Okay, because I watched this video once and it says for single crochet that you're at the end of your thing after you're done You chain one, then turn your work. Is that correct? Yes, you would chain one, turn your work, single crochet, and do your 30 stitches again. Then you chain one, turn, do your 30 stitches again. So it's always good to be mindful of how many stitches that you want for how big you want it. To start out, it's a good idea to just, until you get the rhythm of it and get the feel of how you're turning, with the end of your rows, to count your stitches for the first few rows to make sure you got it, and get steady on where you're turning at on the sides and not adding or deleting stitches on those sides. Because some people think, oh, if I do that last stitch, then I'm going to go out too far, but no. Oh yeah, you're trying to get some more basic. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and there's all kinds of things, like you said, you watch something, and yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there to show you and to teach you. And it's not hard. It's just. Because I went from the one, of doing more like your basic, all the way to wearable, all the way to everything. I mean, I crochet everything. So then I started amigurumi type stuff and plushies and stuff. So, but if you got your basics down, anybody pretty well can do it if you take your time and have your basics. So. Because I started with amigurumi, so that's really all I know. Yeah, but if you can do amigurumi, you can do a blanket. You can do a blanket. You really can. It's not hard. It's practice like anything else, and just doing it. Because I think that you would really enjoy, since you like sewing pieces together and doing all that. That's one of your favorite things. You would enjoy doing a granny square blanket with the different granny squares. You can just do the regular, just back in the day granny, or you can find different patterns of granny squares out there that aren't too intricate yet, that are still different. Or you can do, as long as it has the same amount of stitches and everything around it, you can do an assorted, like, sampler blanket of granny square. Well, it may, Roman. It may take you weeks. I don't know. It depends on what you're making and how big you want it and how fast you crochet, and how much time you have to work on it. So what if it takes a couple weeks, until you get used to it and stuff. And if it's something that you're wanting to make a gift for somebody, then get it started now, so then you can get it done. And I've been crocheting forever, so I mean, nobody needs to compare themselves to anybody. I mean, because there's times where, I mean, I do not and cannot crochet fast on some things. Other things that I've done forever, yes, I know I can crochet fast, but on other stuff, no. But you could probably get a blanket done in a couple weeks if you just did a few rows a day. If you just sat down and did like 5 rows a night, if you were somewhat crocheting fairly quickly, or even just at a moderate pace, you could probably get 5 rows done a night and you would be done. And it would just depend on, like I said, it would depend on how big you want it. That fox one that I just got done, it took me a long time, but I sat it down a lot in between everything I was doing, because I was doing market prep stuff and everything, and she let me know way ahead of time of needing it. So I just did get it delivered to her last weekend. So or end of last week, and still have plenty of time. So today, whenever you're looking for yarn, be looking for even some acrylics or something for if you're wanting to make a blanket, because the acrylic yarn is so cheap right now if they have it. Because I know at the Joann's that we were hitting last weekend, they had tons at some of the places. At, well, one of the places especially. It was crazy how much acrylic yarn they had. And I probably should have got more than what I got, but I didn't. I think they must be doing road work out here today somewhere. I keep hearing trucks. How is everyone? Feel free to let me know if you're working on anything today, if you're a crafter, crocheter, just hanging out. I'm trying to get the rest of all my Scrubbies restocked for my market here in a couple weeks. Hello, Anne? Annie? Oh, shoot. There we go. How are you today? Not too bad. Glad you're doing well. Hey, Tracy, how are you? I'm doing good, Tracy. Thank you. Glad you're doing well. Oh, there you are, Roman. I thought you got lost for a minute. Or if your internet was going in and out. Yeah, I think everyone's was last night or yesterday. And last night a little bit too. Oh crap, I got to put my phone on the charger. It's 2%. Oh my. Yep. I had mine plugged in for a little bit. I'm probably going to have to plug it back in shortly too. Excuse me. Okay, I got 3 done so far. Oh yeah, and then I was gonna show my chicken. He ended up being a big chicken, which I knew he was going to be. But yeah, he's my doorstop chicken. I put a few of the pebbles down here to weight him down just a little bit. He didn't need a whole lot of weighting down, but here he is. And I think he turned out pretty cute. He was super duper simple, worked up super fast. So now that I've gotten restocked in all my Bernat blanket yarn, I may make me a few of these because I have had requests for doorstop chickens. So, and I really like this one. He's a girthy little chicken and he's cute. So, and just enough weight as a doorstop too. So, I'll probably make me a couple of those for my next market. So, anyway, it was a fun little project to do. And he's mine to keep. And then I'll make some others. If anybody's looking for a super easy make for market that sells really well, these are so easy, so fast. So if you're a beginner, advanced, anything, these Scrubbies are one of my best sellers too. And I think I usually get 5 or 6 out of, I think 5 out of the one skein, and I can't remember now how many ounces it is. Yeah, it's a 3 ounces, 79 yards. So, and I got this when it was 30% off, but it runs $4.49 a skein, and then 30% off of that. So I only buy unless I'm in dire need of whenever it's 30% off. At Hobby Lobby. And I shouldn't have to go buy anything for quite some time since we did our big Joanne's trip. So I should be set. Oh, okay. Thank you, Positive, for saying hi. Enjoy that safety meeting. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Positive. Appreciate that. Well, you know, summer's here, so it's about done, right? Okay, I might still be here. Never know. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to plug myself in. Hey, Johnson, how are you doing? Good morning. Did you recoup from last night? It was a little bit of a crazy ride, but I mean, but the thing is, for my count, it wasn't that high. For count wise, last night, it wasn't that great of a night. But I would have thought I had a crazy, you know. But that's okay. Oh, it wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for nothing. It wasn't for nothing. But I definitely went to bed praying last night. Got up this morning, very praising, and thankful. So, trying to turn everything around for his good. So, I was talking to my daughter. She is a mod on Twitch. She says you can block individual letters. Oh, I know. Yes, I have, and I need to go back into my stuff. I have even simple words that I got so tired of hearing early on, whenever I first started doing lives, of what people were saying because they were doing it in a derogatory way. And so I have the simplest of words and everything. So and thank you for saying that, because I need to go in there and do that then with those letters, because it's like, why not? So thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that, and thank you for bringing that to the table, because I very much need to go do that. And she is right. You can. You can. Because I've done it with words. I have a whole list of words. Whole list of words. So I need to do that. I will do that today. I'm actually writing it down. And there's a few more words that I want to put in there too. And it wasn't even that it was stuff that bothered me necessarily. It was just I got just tired of seeing it all the time and knowing what the intent was. And it's like nobody else needs to be, you know, part of that either. You bet I'm going to tell Jeanette you can block the words. I am 10. Yeah, you can. Go through all the ages. 9 seems to be a big number. 10, like 13, it seems like. It's crazy. There was a young girl on a live earlier whenever I was just kind of scrolling through some live stuff while I was watching another one for a little bit. And there was a girl on there talking about all these kids being in these chats right now and everything. She was like, I know what you're doing. You're just seeking attention. And I know. I used to be young like that. And just it driving her crazy too, kind of, with the age and, oh, do you like this? Oh, do you like that? And just repeat, repeat, repeat. Because it does, it gets old. It just gets old, you know? And they are doing it for attention. They don't have anything else better to do. They think it's funny. They're kids. But then she also touched on what I had been touching on the whole time. Any of these kids could be posing as adults, or as adults posing as kids is what I mean. And she even said it too. So it's like, I know. I was like, that's my concern too, because I mean, if it's an adult posing as a child, they're going to act like a child. They're going to do all the things like a child. They're going to make it sound like they definitely are a child, but they will slip up. And you can catch it usually, you know. And they can even start the grooming process acting like a child, because that's what they're doing. They're grooming. And they're getting these kids sucked in. So it's good that Jeanette has started saying, you know, if you're inviting somebody to go play in a room with you somewhere, online, doing all the things, whatever, yeah, they do need to be blocked. They need to be banned. They need, I mean, all the things. So that's my concern. That's my concern even here. I don't know who's behind my screen. I don't know. You know, there's ones that just sit here and just watch and don't ever say two words, which I'm fine with. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to talk. I don't care. But the ones that are here for the wrong reason, no. But I pretty well, I think, got rid of most of those. We got rid of those very early on because I wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to do it. And Lenora's daughter helped do that very much in the very early stages, because it was like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not. I want to help people, and kids are included, but if they can't follow the rules and they're not going to go by the rules and they're just going to keep breaking the rules, I can't do it, because they don't want to be there, and most of the time that's probably an adult posing anyway. So it's just, you know, it's frustrating and sickening. Oh, I've already said that. And I know people get sick of me saying it, and they think that and they think I'm just blowing, and I'm not. I think the vast majority of them are adults posing as children, because there's some sick people out there. And if they know that there's a channel out there that is geared towards children, and they find that out, they're going to find it out very quickly, because that's what they're looking for. So that's where they're going to head. So it does. It freaks me out a little bit. And, you know, I do have young people on here. And I love my young people that are on here. They're very well behaved. Don't have any issue with them whatsoever. Very kind. Have not had one bit of trouble. There was one that tried, but they've been fine ever since. So I think it was just a momentary lapse of judgment and decision making. And as a child, we do that a lot, right? So my daughter was very reassuring. She said 99% of people are there for the right reason. It's that one stupid guy. You're right. It's true. But 1% is a lot. You know? It's a lot still. Whenever you start counting the people that are out there on, you know, and whenever you start thinking of the entire world, it's the entire world. So it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. It's not just the United States of America or United States of America and Canada. It's the entire world. It's the entire globe. Anywhere and everywhere that has access to the internet can be on YouTube. And there's some sick puppies in foreign countries that are coming over here doing those sickening things. So you get me all riled up. I am very passionate about all those things. So, and I've not spoke about it really on here as passionately as I am right now, but I am just, yeah. It's the truth. So that's why I continue to pray over this every day, because I take it very seriously and I feel like I'm on here for a reason. It's not just crochet. I just happen to crochet while I'm on here, you know. And yeah, crochet is part of the focus, but not all of it. It's not the main reason why I'm on here. So I say we throw it out the window and talk about something good. Yes. I'll show you my chicken. I got it done. I got my chicken done. His head was kind of cockeyed there. But yes, I got my chicken done. He ended up being very... Yes. He's a chubby little thing. Chubby little thing. And I did put a few of my little pebbles in here, my little rock things. I just did these kind because I got them at Joann's. Whenever I went to my local Joann's as they were going out of business, and it was like 70% or 90% off. I only got them back for like less than $1, I think. So I put a few on the bottom and stuffed him up. So I think I am going to make, I'm going to try to make 1 or 2 more. Yep, well, you were for sure an answer to my prayer. Oh, well, good, Johnson. I'm glad. And whenever I say I take this seriously, I take it seriously as a stance of like being here and being good and showing good and kindness, having fun, you know, being consistent in it. I am who I am. I'm never going to change, you know, and being serious in that nature of what the Lord has for me, whatever it is that He's wanting me to do. That's what I mean. Because I try not to take anything too seriously. You know, we're on YouTube. But there are things that you need to be conscious and aware of, you know, if I'm making sense on what I'm trying to say. You know, my words are failing me a little bit right now, but... Because we're to be mindful and aware, you know. Hello, Damien. Well, thank you, Johnson. He turned out pretty cute, didn't he? I don't know. It would have been like 100 years being far away from home. So you're like far away from home, meaning just that you're far away from where you, like, home, like, grew up? Like in a different area than you're used to? I mean, I don't want you to say where you're at. I'm just getting a feel for what you're talking about. I'll try again. I don't know what it would have been like 100 years ago being far from home, settling the West. That must have been the most lonely thing. Oh my God. Yeah, I think it sometimes would be. Oh, yeah. Because those are things we just take for granted now, isn't it, Johnson? With, having phone calls that we can reach for the phone 24/7, you know, cards and letters, all the things. Yes, my husband travels for work, so I get drug all over the country. Yeah. Wow. That would be kind of hard, not feeling like you have the, you know. Just when I make friends, we move again. Aw. Yeah, that would be kind of hard. That would be hard, you know? So, see, we can move with you. You make friends here, we can move with you. You can just take us along every time you move. We're very light to pack, You just put us in your pocket and, be on your merry way. But it's okay to work together. That's what matters. And yes, that is very much what matters, that you're able to be together in it, that it's not just him going all over the place and then you're separated for long periods of time. I wouldn't like that. I can call my family on the phone. I can video chat with my mom, right? So yeah, I need to focus on what you can do, That's what I just had that discussion with my dad. Focus on what we can do, not what we can't. Focus on the can, not the can't. Oh, welcome back, Roman. You weren't here for my chicken. I showed it to Johnson, but I'll get it and show it to you. My doorstop chicken I was working on last night. I got him done this morning. I don't think I showed him to you earlier. Whoa. Oh, well, good. Got it good and charged to last you a little bit. And I was hoping I was going to use the very last of this on this last scrubby, but no, I'm going to have some scrap. Yeah, I got 6 out of this. I was thinking normally I got 6, but it was looking like I was going to get more like 5, but I got 6. And that was even adding this extra round. I love it. What weights it down for the doorstop? I put these glass pebble things, glass gems that I got from Joann's whenever I went to my Joann's here local when they were going out. and it was like 90% off. So I got them for like less than $1 the bag, and it was the only bag left. I wish they would have had more, but they didn't. It was cheaper than getting the ones at Dollar Tree, and they're heavier and bigger than the ones at Dollar Tree. So I just put a handful of them in the center and then put my stuffing in on top. And it's enough just to make it so it'll weight down good, you know. It's super lucky this last move. I decided to focus on crochet and demanded a craft room, which I don't sit in. Oh my gosh. I love him. He is so cute. 15. 15. Oh, the attic fan just turned off. Do you know how to start it back up? Sam?
What?
Do you know how to start the attic fan back up?
Yeah.
Well, you might do it if you get a chance, because it just turned off. I'm not tall enough to do it, so. What other one? Do you need me to help?
Just didn't want to kick in.
I'm always afraid if I ever did try to do it that I'd get stuck in there somehow with that pencil thing, that big fat pencil.
That thing would snap like a twig.
Well, that's why I said that it comes spitting out at me and lands splintery in my eyeballs. We have a certain way that we have to start our attic fan.
Yeah.
And it's not the most safe way.
Because the engine is almost fried.
And we've had to do it for a long time, and it needs some certain part or whatever. But we can get it crank started without doing that right now. So, and it's an old attic fan. I mean, it's lasted us. This house it was built in 71, I think. And yeah. So he was in there trying to get it started again, because my husband, he just knows how to do it right off. He's the one that usually does it. And I don't want to turn the air on because I'm enjoying having my windows open and the breeze coming through what the attic fan brings in, you know, because it just feels so nice. So until it gets super duper stinking humid, I don't want to turn my air on. So anyway, Sam was in there trying to get it jump started. So we have this big fat pencil. You know those pencils that kids can get, you know, for souvenirs and things like that. And I think it is one of the kids' souvenirs from somewhere. I don't even remember now. Big, long, fat pencil. Yeah. So You just decipher that from the, from there. Oh. So, I have never heard of an attic fan. I've heard of attic air conditioners. Oh, no, it's an attic fan, and um, it's in our hallway here where the bedrooms are at, and it's just like a big vent in the ceiling, and the fan is up in there, and we have a dial on the wall that you just set, and it's a fan, and it just sucks the air in from like outside, and it makes it so nice. Most of the time, most summers, we can last months and not turn on our air because it is so nice, especially in the evening. And but there's sometimes where it gets way too humid and you just it's too sticky, to be able to sleep like that or anything. So we will shut the windows and turn the air on. But we have so many trees around us too that help a lot. So Luna doesn't like the attic fan, but she eventually kind of gets used to it through the season, but whenever we first start turning it on, she absolutely hates it. So, Samuel Franklin. I need to watch what I say. So, yeah. Yeah, and I live amongst, I mean, I do. I live in the boonies. I live around corn and beans and, all the things that, give off all that nice, humid yuckness. So, it's a great idea. I always wanted something to recirculate the air and bring the heat back down when I lived in Minnesota. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this definitely, it's like, imagine just like, whenever you have like a fan in your window, if you turn it and stuff, that kind of helps. It's along the line of that, but it's just your whole entire house with all the windows open. So it's very nice. Very nice. I love it. I didn't have one growing up at my house or anything. Oh, so much wasted heat went to that attic, right? Oh my gosh, I need to sneeze. Shoo! Excuse me. Yeah, this pink is acting way different. It's acting like the regular. That lime, I don't know what the deal is with that lime, but it's definitely different than this. Hi, sorry, I tried clarifying a gazillion times on why I put the 15. Let me re-say it, see if it does, because I just reset my phone. Thank you. Thank you, Johnson. Roman, try short sentences. Did it go through? You have to do really short sentences, Roman. You get to doing too many, and that's what knocks it out. You have to break it up. But I saw that you put the 15 in there because your phone is only at 15%. And I imagine that with all this typing, it's not at that anymore, right? That I have to get done by tomorrow night. Oh, for your 50, you have to get 15 chickens done. Well, grab some yarn and start crocheting while you're on here with us. If you're able, take a to-go bag with you and work on them while you're in the car. That's what I do. If I'm not the one driving, I take a to-go bag. Especially if I'm going to be gone for a period of time and there's going to be some driving. It's amazing what you can get done in just 20 minutes. We started on another square. Okay. When I should be doing the 15 chickens that I have to get done by tomorrow night. Right? That's what I was waiting for you to say that, Roman. You already know you don't need me to say anything. You got your confirmation right there.
Start like backing up towards the noise. That makes no sense. You'd be even more scared.
Lulu, you just really... I wonder if I should give her a Benadryl. I don't know. Huh? I don't want to, but... They are still really cute. Yes, they are. You've done a really good job, Roman. Okay, how much? Yeah, I'm only gonna do... Yeah, because like this, look. They're almost just... I mean, it's just a skosh off. And that's even me adding a row. So they're almost still the same size, and I just, yeah, that just floors me. I don't know what the deal is, so I'm leaving it at that. Uh-oh, you're missing text now too, Johnson? Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna say if you want to, you can give her a call. Or one of her or one of her ice cream treat things. Whichever. Her puppy ice cream, I think, is in the freezer if you want to just give her that. Since it's kind of hot. Because I think part of her panting is because she's hot. Because for her, I'm sure it is kind of warm, but... Huh?
No, get out of the corner. Come on.
Luna, come here. Lulu, come here.
Please not left the corner. That's okay. I'm not waiting.
Crocheting, see you again. Jonah, enjoy your day and your crocheting. See you again tomorrow. Sounds good. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. It's kind of quiet today, I know. 3 square chicken. Have you ever tried the square yarn by heart? Oh yeah, yeah. Granny is one word that I took out because people were saying it nonstop. So, yes, I have not used the Red Heart Granny. No, I have not. It's tagging out the word Grann. That's why it's tagging out. Smells like what? Oh. Is that what is that? Yes, it is. Trying a 3 blank square chicken. Look them up. They are adorable. I have done the Granny Square chickens. I've done the Granny Square chickens. Yes. Yes, Granny was one of the words that I took out because I was getting sick and tired of them using it as a derogatory. So I took that out back in September. That'll get her focused off of freaking out maybe and eating that. Because I think that's part of her problem. She needs something to do. She gets bored and then she freaks out. And again, not anything that really bothers me, but I just got tired of hearing it. Tired of hearing it. Because it was the same thing over and over again. And then they were attaching other stuff to it. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I mean, I'm a Grammy. My grandbabies call me Grammy. I think I even took that out too. But so yes, you can make some of those Granny Square chickens. Because they are, I really do. I really like them. They're cute. I've made quite a few of them. Her just laughing away. Luna over there eating her little pep cup. We get those from Aldi's, those little ice cream pep cup things. And keep them in the freezer for her, of course. And they're like a brick, but oh my gosh, it only takes her like no time to get them all done. for 10 minutes trying to say that message. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sorry. So I guess it turns out that if you block a word, it blocks the entire message. And yes, that's probably right, Roman. It does. And I was trying so dang hard for the last 10 minutes trying to say that one word message. Now I'm wondering what word I had in my story that was blocked. Oh gosh. It might have been. It might have been. It might have been that there was one in there, Jack or Johnson. Because I know there were some simple words that I had, which I need to go back and look since it's not so bad now. Maybe lifting some of those, but I don't know. But I know some of that has probably greatly reduced a lot of my crap. A lot of my crap. Even if they were still trying to do it, you know. So maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. You now call them G squares. Yes, we can. Huh? That's not much better, you said? Yeah, Sam said that's not really that much better, but I know what he's, yeah, but it's all right. Maybe we can put Gran, Gran. So now look up a 3G square chicken. Yeah, they're pretty easy to make, so. Because if somebody comes in and doesn't know our discussion and they see that other one, so let's just say Gran, Gran. There you go, Roman. I would have to go back and look, Roman, because it's been so long since I've done any of those words because I haven't had to. I probably put in some curse words in there. Probably racial slur type things too. I'm pretty sure that I put in there because there are people that are just not very nice in that. And I don't want to be a part of that. And then, of course, I have my list of people that I've banned, you know, that you can go in and change if you ever want to, but I'm not. I've only put one person in jail by accident. And so. And I did have to go in and take him out of jail, but.
My mom just did that one time too.
Oh, yeah.
Chat was moving too fast.
Yes. And that's exactly what happened to me. The chat was moving too fast, and yeah.
Clicked on the wrong name, thought you got the right one. Yeah.
So, but it was pretty easy to go back in and do it, so.
That was my sack. Get that thing swing around.
Her tail?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a whip.
Well, she hit me in the ball with it. Well?
Well, she knocked me in the eyeball yesterday, so. There's not a whole lot that but just in general, your basic words that you don't, that most people aren't going to say if they're kind. And some of that stuff, so. But like I think granny, I probably put grandma, Grammy, auntie. A lot of people were doing that. I don't remember now what all I put in there. Probably needs to go out and run for a while, but I know what's going to happen if you do that. She's going to come back a mess. I said she probably needs to go outside and run for a little while, but I know what's going to happen. She's going to come back a mess. And I don't really want to deal with that right now. I had to give her 2 baths yesterday. It was disgusting.
The only reason why she comes back like that though is because we ain't had her kiddie pool out. We ain't got the kiddie pool out.
I know, it ended up in the cow lot next door.
Oh, so she can wallow around in the kiddie pool that's filled with cow shit.
That's where it's at. It's in the cow lot over there, across the way.
Nice.
So we need to get a new one.
Yeah.
For her.
That thing was about.
So I'm going to make 10 more of these cute little mice. Aww.
That might be a little decently huge room. Yeah, let's go get you one of them. Maybe. Just get Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's just one of those big plastic ones from Dollar General. What we got? Still have Gray's pool out there that we never set up too. Which we probably should get it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we have her that'll probably get in it. Because they're supposed to be coming sometime this weekend, but I don't know when.
She would definitely get it.
I know, that's what I said. She'd be getting in it and making it nasty. I figured out a word I was trying to tell you about milk on the edge of expiration. Okay.
You didn't like water. I know you didn't.
Well, she'd never go in the pool until Bailey started getting in it and playing and splashing around in it and loving it. And then she started doing it.
Bailey showed her like, hey.
No, she went with Cole to the creek and stuff.
Yeah. I guess a little bit.
But yeah, she didn't even want to have anything to do with that kiddie pool there in the beginning until Bailey.
She probably didn't think nothing of it because it wasn't anything like the creek, where you could literally just dive right in and get completely submerged.
But now she loves it.
Yeah, because she
swirls around and splashes around and
just literally roll around in that thing.
She loves it and just lays in it, which I don't blame her.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I may stop whenever I go to town later and see if they even have them sitting out.
Are you planning on going to work out for you?
Yeah, probably.
Alright.
Or maybe sooner, I don't know.
I was thinking about heading out here soon, but I didn't know what time you're leaving.
What time is it right now?
It's not noon yet. 11:45.
Anyway, whenever we were talking about how people all saying things, they are a Roman. It's really sad. This is so funny. I'm a word. Yeah, people can just be so ugly. Yes, they can, Roman. A lot of humanity is just doomed. Okay. My message was really delayed. They are Roman. It's really sad. Anyway, whenever we were talking about how people are saying things, exactly, and I'm a mirror and I know better. Like, hello, people are mean too.
Text me, call me, hop on the stream if you're gonna be wanting to leave early.
Okay.
If you are gonna leave early,
Okay.
drop me back off.
Okay.
If not, I'll go on there.
Okay. Exactly, and I am a mirror and I know better. Hello. They're mean too. Yes, there are. People can be mean. And grown adults, knowing better, they don't care. A lot of kids without parents teaching them the right way to live their life. And that is true too. And that's why whenever I say there's a lot of adults out there that, and they just don't care. And then they wonder how come their kids, are the way they are and why they have trouble with them and stuff and whatever. So, and it's not the kids' fault. They're not being taught, So, until they get older and can distinguish and know, Yeah, like these adults, they come up in front of me and they're all cussing and all this crap, and I'm like, okay, please go. Yep. Just a minute, Lou. Well, you can go outside and play here in a minute, okay? You gotta wait for Brother to leave. You're fine. You need to go outside and you need to wring some of your energy off. I know. I know. Yeah, that's why kids my age are having issues in this day and age, like suicidal thoughts and depression, and they're shooting up schools and they don't ever really grow up, or grow up, really up, go out. They're always on their TV. Yeah, they're all on electronics and whatever, and they're not learning basic human skills and communication and interaction and stuff. And parents are using electronics as babysitters. My son had certain classes he wouldn't go to because they just sat around talking about drugs and just general horrible things. And that's the reason why I'm homeschooled. Yeah. I understand that, Johnson. And yeah, that is, you're lucky that you're able to do that, and not everybody gets that opportunity either, And there's pros and cons with all of it, I mean, but I'd rather, have my children be around me and know what, learning basic human skills and communication and still being able to function in society by taking them to do things and whatever, and having them kept safe in your home, So, but then there's also, I mean, because then I say the social aspect of things, but there's still social aspect with so many people homeschooling now. There's little groups and stuff that those kids and stuff, they do have a social life because they interact with those other homeschooled kids. Yes, I get to have farm and I love crocheting. Like typically now, most of my electronic time is basically hanging out with y'all. You're looking up crochet stuff for a recipes for food, right? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna let Luna out. No tractor missing. Oh gosh, I've been sitting too long. We live out in the boonies. There are no groups. Okay. Which I knew you lived out and stuff, but sometimes people they're networking with other families that are maybe not too far away, and I know that doesn't always happen. One of the really bad cons, we live out in the boonies and I'm homeschooled, so I don't have much social reaction, but I have like my poultry shows, and then occasionally kids will come to our church. Well, and at least you are getting some interaction then with that, because that's what I was saying, the social aspect of it sometimes for some kids there isn't as much. So that would be kind of one of the cons. And she started her market. So I texted her earlier, um, but she said she was going to try to go live, but she may not be having the opportunity to. So she was setting up for her market this morning. So, but like I said, I texted her earlier, but I haven't checked to see if she texted me back, because I was asking her how long she was supposed to be up there for today, because um, where I go to the Y is basically where she's going to be, I guess. So, um, not she's not that far from me, so yeah, hopefully so. So, because I partly was messaging her in case she needed anything too, but I haven't checked my phone since I've got on live, so I may have 10 messages on there. I don't know. And I really don't know. I mean, this evening, I think they're having like the pageant maybe and stuff. Maybe, I think that's tonight. But during the day today, I don't know exactly what they were doing. But they have like a Kiwanis food stand where they always have like the Prono Pups and everything, and they're always so good. That's like one of the favorites of everybody around here. That's one of the highlights. And I figure they'll have rides open this evening and stuff like that. And that's my son and my grandbabies. They're supposed to be coming down at some point, I think. So I don't know how much I'll be on this weekend. Yes, I want to see it. Of course I want to see it. Excuse me for a second. My allergies are wanting to get me this morning bad. I have vertigo out the wazoo, and I'm just trying to ignore it. I'm trying to keep moving and ignore it. But it's there. It's reminding me. Okay, I'll check it here in a second. Okay, I'm gonna go take a potty break and I'll be right back. And then I'll check my email. Oh, I have a feeling Luna is getting into something yucky. Oh, great. I think my thing died, so we'll have to give it a minute. I thought it was charged up, but evidently it was not. I didn't pay enough attention. There it is. Coming through. Maybe. May take it a minute. It's still swirling. Don't know why. Oh my gosh, she is a mess. She is a mess. I knew she would be. I'm just scared to make a square blanket because if I make one too small and one too big, and it's going to make the entire blanket perfect. Crooked. Try making square chickens, Roman, and you could have them done in no time. Yeah, those granny square chickens are so fast. Literally, so fast. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, there she went. I was going to try to show you a picture of her because she is a mess. She is a mess. I'm pretty sure she's either going over to the cow lot or she's going down to the natural drain. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, she wanted in, then she gets to the door, and then she doesn't want in. Oh my gosh. Yes, she is a little stinker, Johnson. You got that right. She's my little stinker. I love her to death. And oh my goodness. No, it's still swirling. So my home internet must be having issues. I don't know. Because I've even backed out of everything, went back in, all the things. Oh my gosh. This is too cute. And I like your granny square in the background. Go. Isn't that adorable? Look at those ears. That is too stinking cute. I love that. Well, now Luna took off, and knowing her, she's going to go right back from where she came from and get even worse. But you know what? She'll just get a really long shower. And she doesn't fight me on that. I think she honestly likes it. So. And she's out there panting like mad because, you know, she has all dark fur and it's sunny out there right now. Oh, she's drying herself off in the grass. Yeah, he's just an egg. I totally stole it off Pinterest. Yeah. And how cute is that? How cute. But the people who put out the pattern are not the people who posted the picture on Pinterest. So, yeah, run into a lot of that. Run into a lot of that. And that's why sometimes I'm like, you can find the pattern on Pinterest and I'll tell you who the crochet artist is, but I'm not giving out who put it. Because sometimes it'll, you know, it will at least put the crochet artist if it's not, but I don't want to drive traffic to the people that they put it up about to be just getting hits off of theirs. You know what I'm saying? So I usually try to be careful and put the crochet artist. Yeah, I'm here. I'm right here. Are you ready to come in? I did too good of a copy, felt guilty, so I bought the pattern. Wild rewording happening here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in and check my words whenever I get off of here. add some words and maybe take some words out. We'll see, since things have somewhat calmed down for me in that area. Yeah, I hear you, but I don't know what you're telling me. The other day she was talking to me because there was a mole in the yard, a baby mole. She may be want to come in now. Okay, I'll be right back. Come on. They quit howling and whining. Knock it off. Oh, gosh. I don't know what she thinks. Yeah, you're not getting in the car like that, I can tell you that. We ain't going nowhere with you at a mess. I go to the door and I say, come on, then she goes to the garage like she thinks that we're getting ready to go somewhere. It's like, you ain't going nowhere. I don't know if you've ever seen Toy Story 1,000,001 times. Turns out I've bought patterns from this company before. Oh. Hey Glitchy, how are you? Yeah, Toy Story is a favorite here, even with my grandson. He loves all the Toy Stories. No, I've not seen the Toy Story patterns, but I haven't looked for them because with them being licensed and everything, I just usually don't look up licensed stuff. Even if it's just a knockoff, I'm afraid that I'd be that one person. I did do, that being said, I did do Sonic, but that was for my grandson. It wasn't going nowhere. It wasn't being sold, nothing. So that is the only thing that I've done so far. And I have worked on a Darth Vader, but he's still in there. I've not finished him. And he's staying here. He's for me. So other than that, but yeah, I usually stay away from the other stuff. And I am getting ready, though, to make me a blue healer blanket and stuffy because I like bluey. So, and it will stay here too. So, oh, how did that go for you, Glitchy? Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay. Because I thought you were meaning, Toy Story, the crochet stuff. So I got you now. Oh, awesome, Glitchy. That's a good start. So is it just a company online, or did you find it on Etsy or what, Johnson? No, it's the company the mouse came from. They also make pandas. They have a ton of patterns. They usually sell for about $1.50. Oh wow. Website then for their company. You're streaming Blocks Fruits as a Roblox game? Okay, cool. I have a grandson that likes to play the Roblox thing. On day 3, doing part 2 tonight. Good. Yeah, getting a schedule figured out and sticking with it, that's part of the battle sometimes with all of it. Well, I've got 10 Scrubbies done. It's pretty good. A.m. morning, 6 or 8 p.m. night, afternoon, and I got to sleep at 12. Usually wake up 6 to 9. Well, good. It's all about being consistent, but not getting burnt out either and not overdoing it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Gonna try one more time. Oh my gosh. My kids used to get me into all kinds of games. We played Pokemon Go for years. What teenage kid wants to hang out with his mom at a park on a Saturday? That's true. I do realize I was just the car. But we had a blast. That's good. I'm just chilling. How about y'all? It was fun, Glitchy. Ask your mom to play Pokemon Go with you. You won't regret it. She actually hates video games. She's too active to play some you want to focus on. Oh, well, is that a train? I remember I used to live right near a railroad. The train was so loud it served as an alarm clock. I'm following all of my followers as my way to show appreciation. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, Glitchy. I don't know if a train went through or not, but I had to go give Luna a shower because she was covered in I don't know what, and it was bad. So I got her cleaned up. Sorry about that. But whenever she's like that, I have to do it because she's a mess. And she doesn't fight me on it. She knows pretty well every time that she goes right straight to the shower. But it's also kind of good for her because she's been outside, she got some of her energy off, now she'll probably lay down, take a nap, and be calm. Because the bath kind of relaxes her, so. And she's been so anxious the last few days because of weather and everything. So she got in bed with me at like 5 this morning and nothing but shaking the bed the whole time because she was so nervous and worked up. So needless to say, I've been up since about 5 o'clock. But my kids, whenever they used to live in their first place, they had a train that was right in their backyard. And my sister does right now have a train right in her backyard. But we don't even really notice it anymore. I mean, it's loud, don't get me wrong, but oh geez, now I'm sweating a storm. So I don't know where she went, if she went laid on the couch or what. I went and laid her blankets and towels down, so I have yet to make money off streaming, but I couldn't claim it because my Cash App is being stupid. Well, it takes time to make money on that though too at the same time, depending on how long you've been doing it. You can't expect to start it in one day and make $100. I mean, anything can happen, but just because one person did doesn't mean everybody does. Yeah, I hate it for her too, Johnson. I don't like it that she gets so anxious, but I don't know what to do. And I've tried all the things. I've tried the little peppy thing, the little, um, calming treats and things. I've tried wrapping her up and stuff that they recommend, even taking t-shirts and wrapping her up in them. The only thing that really does calm her down is whenever I sit and lay hands on her and pray over her. That's what does more good than anything, honestly. That's no joke. So 3 days so far. I'm taking my time. I need my Cash App to work though. I don't do Cash App. I don't do any of that stuff, so I don't know anything about it. Starting to get a little humid now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm probably going to get 7 out of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm probably going to get 7. Okay, well, I think I need to get sponsored by an adult to use my card. Well, I think I'm actually going to get off of here for now. I made it. It's past my 12:30 time, so I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Scrubbies done while we were on, so that's good. And I'll put them in my baggie. Maybe instead of streaming, you could take up crochet, Glitchy. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, get stuff done around here. I got to start getting things ready for my grandkids and my kids to be here this weekend. I said I wouldn't be on here tonight, but who knows? I'm just gonna see how the day plays. Oh, you can't use your left hand yet? Well, thank you, Johnson, and we may be on later. I don't know. I'll maybe put something up in the community tab if I am going to be. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow if I don't come on later. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love every one of you. I appreciate every one of you. Take care, and we will talk again soon. Bye. Oh, what did I do?